Hi everyone. Today I am celebrating a wonderful event that unfortunately due to the state of the world I am unable to attend, and that is the wedding of my beautiful longtime student Katrina. She is marrying Justin up in Grand Prairie, and it is too far for me to go to without lodgings. So I am instead thinking about how beautiful she is and knowing that she is going to just have the most wonderful day. I wish that we could all be there. I am so sad because the day she got engaged, Katrina called me and was so excited and knew that I would be so excited too because I love weddings. What can I say about Katrina? She is one of those students that every teacher wants to have in their studio. She has a twin sister who, the two of them are just the best. Just the best. And I was privileged to teach them through their entire undergrad, have them in pedagogy. We did directed studies together, all kinds of things. And I'm so grateful for having had the chance to have such great students, especially earlier on in my career. Katrina is gorgeous. She has this beautiful blonde hair, you know, the kind that little girls have and then it grows into something darker. Hers stayed the same and she just grew it and grew it. And you know, we would have a concert and she would put it up and do her makeup. Oh, she's always so beautiful. But beyond that, she is a beautiful person on the inside. She is giving, she is charitable, she is kind, generous, smart. I am so excited for all of the things that are coming your way. You are going to be just a wonderful wife. You and Justin are going to have a lovely life together. And Justin, I know you're going to make her very happy. I am so excited for all of the things that are coming your way, and I wish you two the best, and I cannot wait to congratulate you in person. Today, I thought, because we're talking about weddings, I would do a wedding look. Now, I am actually wearing the outfit that I would have worn for her wedding. I've added some nice accessories to this, but this is actually a very nice, subtle bridal look. So let's talk about what I think should be in a bridal look. Whatever you want is the answer. You do you. If you are a lady that loves big wings, if you love colorful blue makeup, you do you. For me, this is a very classic look. I have used very muted colors, and the reason for that is that in 10 years, I don't want to be looking back on my photos and see trends. That is me. But again, you do you. So, my gift to you, here is a classic makeup bridal look, and we'll top it off with a classic wedding song. I've gone ahead and clipped my hair back, and I have put on some eye patches. These just help to reduce some of the puffiness, add a little bit of extra glow. These are the Wander Beauty Baggage Claim gold eye masks. As you can guess from the title, they are very useful when you are traveling. So I've had them on for about, I'd say 15-20 minutes now. I'll take them off and just gently massage in the excess. I've already cleansed, toned, applied a mask, all the things that make my skin nice on the day before a special event. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with a primer. The thing the brides want is definitely beautiful skin. So we're going to spend a lot of time working on skin today. This is the Mercier foundation primer in Radiance. Just a small amount like this. I'll just take it with my fingers, spread it on my face, rub it in, You can see there's already a nice sheen then to my face. Take it down my neck. Now, you might think, well, what about sunscreen as your base? Because usually I use an SPF as my primer. Here's the thing about sunscreen. Sometimes it gives flashback, and I'm going to guess that brides are going to be taking a lot of photos. Well worth it to test it out. The sunscreen that I recommend is the Supergoop SPF 40, but make sure that you test it with a strong flash underneath your foundation first so that you don't end up with these big white gray patches. Otherwise, you'll be sad because we cannot repeat our weddings. They are a once in a lifetime, literally, event. Okay, so now I've got that nice sheen going. Again, I'm spending extra time on my skin today. Setting up my base very nicely. I'm going to go in before I put on my foundation, and I'm going to contour. I'm using the Makeup Forever Invisible Cover Foundation, Ultra HD. And this is in a much darker shade than my shade. I received it as a sample, but it works really nicely as a contour. So just give it a little shake, and I'm going to take a little bit on my hand here, just like that. And I'm going to apply it where I'd like to sort of deepen my complexion. And I will blend this in a moment. But for right now, I'll take it with my fingers, just add it where I'm going to blend it. And then along the sides of the nose. I'm using my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush, and notice I'm going this direction, not this direction. It's because we want to spread it up, right? You want to apply where you are going to be wanting the most color payoff. So you start and then spread it out. And I'm applying this underneath my foundation, so it's not quite so strong. Then I can go in with a little bit more powder if I want to add more dimension. But this is just sort of the under layer. Again, we're going a little bit extra with the skin today. Take it down the neck. What you don't want is obvious makeup, right? I mean, in some ways you wanted obvious makeup, but you don't want it to be such that in 10 years you're going to be looking at your photos going, oh wow, that tiger stripe was really in style, right? We just want shape to the face. So in the same vein, I'm going to go in with a highlighter. This is a beautiful highlighter from Lush. This is Feeling Younger. Skin tint. See, it's just a cream. I don't know if it really shows up on the camera there. I'm just going to take a little bit with my finger, like this, and apply it to the highest points of my cheeks. And this will sit nicely underneath my foundation, give me just a subtle glow. And again, if I want more afterward, see, look at how beautiful that is. Wow, that really shows up on the camera. But the foundation will take it down, and of course any powder that I add will take it down. In the usual places that I like highlighter, under my chin, my Cupid's bow, on the bridge of my nose, which is ironic because we don't really like to have a lot of shine there. And then just a little bit on my forehead. Again, any powder that I put on top will take this down. So if it seems a bit extreme right now, it will come down. You have to trust the process. Trust the process. Great. And then before I go on with anything else, I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter to my neck and to my chest area here. Perhaps you're a bride who's wearing something strapless or low cut. You want to pay attention to this area too. If you wanted, you could take your foundation and give it a little touch up here, but I'm pretty pleased. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of a nice body cream. This is from Ahava, Dead Sea Mineral. It's actually a hand cream, so it's a little bit thicker. And I'm going to mix it. I'm just going to take a little bit in my palm like that. And I'm going to mix it with these glow drops from Makeup Revolution. Now these are inexpensive, which is why I kind of like them for body things, because I don't have to use a lot of them. And if I use more, then, you know, I've only spent $10 as opposed to the very expensive body makeups that you can get, which cost, you know, close to $100. And I'm, at the end of the day, a frugal girl. So after giving it a little shake, this is in, by the way, the color Liquid Champagne. Remember, inexpensive doesn't always mean cheap. So just take a couple of drops of that, like so. You can always add more. Makeup is like salt. And I'm just gonna blend it like this, and then take it in my palms and go down here. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I don't wanna powder and put other stuff on and worry about whether or not I'm getting this anywhere else. It's just sort of, some people like to do this as the final touch. Definitely be applying sunscreen here if you're going to be outside. And again, test everything. Test. This day is important. Great. Oh, that smells nice too. So you see I've got just a subtle sheen, and if you wanted more, of course you can add more. It's all taste. I'm going to go in with my foundation now, and today I'm going to use the By Terry Light Expert Click Brush Illuminating Flawless Foundation Brush. I love this foundation. I do not love the applicator, truth be told. So it comes with a kabuki brush applicator, and you click it and it comes up, but then it kind of gets stuck and you have to wait for it. It's a bit annoying, but it is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. So it comes up through there, and then you just sort of spread it out where you want it. Wait for that to come down again. By Terry makes beautiful, beautiful foundations. If you haven't yet discovered it, I highly recommend it. I do not love this brush for application. As you can see, I'm just sort of putting it on my face, and I will blend it out with the Beauty Blender. It's also not great, actually, for applying over contour and whatnot, but it is my favorite foundation in terms of its beauty. I find it applies best with a Beauty Blender. Just gonna go ahead and spread it out. It's also a very hydrating formula. This is nice in the winter time, and I take it with me when I'm traveling because my skin tends to freak out from, you know, the airplane and then being in a different environment for sleeping. Not having my humidifier, which you'd think as a singer, I'd be like, humidifier, I have to have a humidifier. It's not really for my voice. It's for my wrinkles. Just saying. But it's also for my voice. That's right, I do vocal health. Okay. So I'm pretty pleased with how that has blended out. If you want more coverage, you can always add more, but you can see there's still a nice sheen underneath there. You can still see the contours of my cheekbones. I have some dimension up here. Again, I will go in later and touch that up. Next up, concealer, using the Jouer concealer, this beautiful, long-lasting, high-coverage concealer. This is in the color Lace. add it wherever you need a little bit of extra coverage. Again, I'm going to take it with again, I'm going to take it with the Beauty Blender. You do not need to apply it so close to the lash line. That's where you have a lot of wrinkles, and you're going to be putting eyeshadow there anyway. Mostly you just need to keep it down lower. Take it up here. Can you hear my children? They're talking about Wallace and Gromit. How cute is that? I used to watch Wallace and Gromit when I was a kid. Sorry, Wallace. I don't like cheese. Not even Wensleydale. Oh. That's a downer for a wedding. But he was such a sweet man. He loved his dog, and I love that my children are into it too. They're playing with Legos. It's a rainy day. All right. Blend it out there. How's that? Moving on with powder, I'm going to use the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. This is a beautiful powder. So I'm going to bake today. I did actually bake. I made poppy seed and almond buns, like cinnamon buns, but with that delicious filling that you can get from the European store. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and dust up here. I don't know if you can tell. What a bake does is you take the extra powder and let it set. And it makes your under eye very, very smooth. I do not do this all the time. It helps if I use the patches first because I need the extra hydration underneath the extra powder because I am so dry, but it does make for very beautiful pictures. So I'm going to let that set and then I'll powder a little bit more afterward. Let's go in and do the eyes. I've gone ahead and done my eyebrows off camera. I have also added an eyeshadow primer, and I'm just using the trusty Milani eyeshadow primer, $5 at the drugstore. You'll love this stuff. I'm letting it dry, and let's move on to the eye look. I thought, since I did in my Mother's Day video a look using my favorite natural eye palette, which would also be a great option, I'm going to use the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. This one has been around for a very long time as well, and they've probably got like 14 different Naked palettes at this point. But this one is nice, has some very nice neutrals in it. And I'm going to concentrate mostly on these three right here using Tease, Snakebite, and Suspect. I've gone ahead and done this eye. You can see there's quite a bit of difference between this side and this side. And actually this one tends to be my bigger eye, so you can see the difference that this kind of liner can make. What I'm going for today is a very simple, classic look, just to emphasize my features, not to make a statement. But as I said before, if you are a statement girl and you are all about the giant wing liner with the giant yellow stripe and the bright red lipsticks, you go, girl. You do you. This is just a classic look. The first thing I'm going to do, besides tell my children to go play somewhere else so they're not quite so loud. Boys, you're very loud. They're proud of their loudness. The first thing I'm going to do is just dust away that powder. I don't know if this shows up so well on the camera, but it's quite smooth right here, which is a nice change. And I'm going to go in with a small blending brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Tease here. Again, it's like salt, you can always build it up, but if you put too much on, it's hard to correct. where you put your brush first on your eye is where you're going to get the most color payoff. And I want that to be right there. If I look here, it's better. I want it to be right here where I will be drawing my eye up that direction. So I'm putting my brush here, and then I'm just going to start sweeping it across the crease. Finding the shape. Again, you can always take a little bit more. But you see I'm moving it so that it goes this direction up. And then whatever is left, I'm just going to smoke out the bottom lid here. Don't want a lot on the bottom lid because I don't want to look heavy. I want to be up. It's like all things, it's like registration. We don't want to be bottom heavy. We want a top-down approach. That's a voice teacher reference. We're on day like 1,000 of this quarantine. I'm just gonna do whatever they do. Kids gotta do what kids gotta do. Going in with a more tapered brush. Now this is from Quo. This is called the Crease Blender brush. It's a little bit more dense. And I'm going to go in with Suspect. Just take that, tap off the excess. And again, going right there to start. This is a little bit darker, so it's going to deepen my crease and make my eyes look a little bit larger right there. So again, I'm looking for that drawn up effect, and I'm moving the eyeshadow in that direction. Take a little bit onto the mobile lid, but not very much. Always feel free to take a little bit more, build up the color until you've got it the way you want it. The nice thing about doing your makeup in natural light is that if you're going to be outside and taking pictures, you can see what it's going to look like, right? And again, going just a little bit underneath the lid there. I'm going to go in with my favorite eyeliner. This is the Sephora waterproof retractable eyeliner. Top lid. Pull it gently. And I'm really concentrating on pushing this into the base of my lashes. Like I'm on the lash line. Okay. I haven't done anything, no wing or anything like that. Then I'm going to take a different one. Then I'm going to take different eyeliner. This is the Marc Jacobs Ultra Skinny Fine Liner. This is in Truffle. And I'm going to go into the tight line. So just lifting up my lid slightly. And again, getting right into the lashes. I want those lashes to look dark. Now, you could do this with a liquid liner. And there have been days when I've done liquid liner, then the pencil liner, then the eyeshadow. But, you know, you should just reserve that for a special occasion. Oh wait, this is one of those, but I'm not doing that today. So now I've thickened my eyelash line just by adding some darkness there. Going in with an angled brush, and I'm going to go with Snakebite. Take a little bit, I've put it right on the very tip tap off the excess so it doesn't fall into your nice bake. And again, starting from the outer bit here, I'm going to work this onto the lash line and blend out the eyeshadow. From here, I'm going to wedge out, this is difficult to do on the camera, I'm going to wedge out this just slightly, and then relaxing my face and dropping my eyelid, I'm going to just do a subtle wing. Nothing dramatic. Because again, I don't want to look at these pictures, and this is, again, my personal opinion, I don't want to look at these pictures in 10 years and go, wow, wings were really in. That's not me. But if I want to look back and say, oh, wow, I was really into wings, cool, but I don't. I would like just to look and say, wow, I looked so beautiful. So my personal opinion is to keep it more classic. Yeah, good. And just make sure that they match. Your wings are never going to be perfect. They should be sisters, not twins, is the saying. Yeah. And just, again, drawing up the line there. And then whatever is left as excess, I'm going to go and take it underneath to accent my corner here. Again, I'm concentrating on this part. I'm not going to put too much on the inner corner here. Just a small amount. And I'm not exactly connecting these because that will make my eye look smaller. I'm leaving a little space. Great. So that's the simple eye look. I'm going to go do other things with the rest of my face and then come back and finish off the eyes with mascara and a little bit of highlighter. But let's go in and finish powdering for now. So I'm taking back my hyaluronic hydra powder and taking my small tapered brush, and I'm going to powder everywhere. The reason is because I'm going to go back in with my liquids, or I'm going to go back in with my powder highlighters and whatnot. So I'm not exactly looking to take away this glow, but I am looking to just sort of set everything. So I'm not taking an excessive amount. It's just a tiny, tiny bit, especially in the areas where I don't want to be shiny, like right here. And I do get quite oily through my T-zone, so just making sure that that's all set. The reason you want to set it is because any powder that you put on top of it will start to cling. And I don't want to have a big glomp of bronzer right here. So if I just set it with with a tiny bit of translucent powder, I'm going to avoid that situation. So in that vein, let's move on with my handy blush and bronze palette from Profusion. Again, just because it's inexpensive doesn't mean it's cheap. This is great stuff. I'm going to go in with an angled blush brush this time. I'm going to go with my light bronzer, and I'm going to take a little bit of the Elated, which is a little bit shinier, which has a bit of a shimmer. And I'm going to go and find that same cheekbone again. Other side. When you're doing this, you want to angle it toward your nose. That will create the illusion of a higher cheekbone. If you drag it down, and then going along my hairline, giving much more dimension to the face. and then down the neckline. It's nice to take a bit of the darker bronzer and go along the collarbone here. Hair in the way. And then I'm going to go in with my triumvirate of favorites. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I love to mix these blushes. 1, 2, 3 with my big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to go along my cheek line here. Just give myself a little bit. Bridge of my nose, and again down the neck. Want to look flushed, but in the controlled way. So you can already see that's changed my complexion quite a bit. For extra, I'm going to take a thicker brush. This is from Eco Tools. This is the Blush Precision brush. And I'm going to go, I know this looks really bright, but it's very beautiful. First Date, and just right in the center of the cheek. See? How things look in the pan is not always how it turns out in real life. Take the excess, don't waste anything. And truthfully, you can always add more blush. You know, it's a thing. You don't want to look washed out. So that gives me a nice little flush and dimension to my cheeks. You can always go stronger if you want. One of the nice things about doing your makeup in the camera is I'm looking to see what I look like on camera. And finally, I'll go in with a bit of a highlighter. I'm going to use this one from Kaja. This is a bit of a creamy blush. Take it with my fingers and tap, tap, tap. Isn't that nice? Cupid's bow. I don't want glitter. I don't want anything super bright. I just want a little bit of glow. And this does it very nicely for me. Going back to the eyes, let's finish this off. I think I would like to add just a little bit of brightness right here on my waterline. I'm going to go in with my Sephora waterproof contour eye 12-hour wear contour eye pencil. This is in Blonde Ambition. And I'm just going to take it here. Just opens up the eye in a very subtle way. It's one of those things people will say, oh, you look really awake today, and you'll go, I didn't do anything different. I just added a little bit of brightener. Now, one of the reasons I like waiting to do that is because I put something in I put a darker color up in my tight line, and that needs a moment to sort of settle and figure out where it's going to land. That way I can adjust things before I add mascara and complicate the look a little bit, because it will shift right as it sets. Great. And let's go in and give the eyelashes a little curl. Lest you think that I only use the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, I thought today would be a great day to break out the waterproof mascara. This is the Mercier Big by Lancôme. This is an excellent mascara with a big fluffy brush. On the bottom, MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. As if I would actually change that up. I was going to say I travel with Mercier Big, but I also travel with this one because I can't seem to live without two mascaras. I just love what this does on my lower lash line. It's so easy to apply and it stays. And once that's dried, take a brush and just clean up anything that needs to be cleaned up so you can have a nice close-up picture. Lastly, I'm going to go on with just a little bit more highlight in my eye areas, and I'm going to go in with Booty Call. I'm using a Real Techniques brush here, just a small one, not sure what kind this is, smudge brush, and just along the brow here. Let's talk about lipstick. If you're going for a dark lip, may I suggest you use a liquid lipstick. Here's the thing about liquid lipstick. It's drying. So practice it. Make sure that it's comfortable, because if you have lips that will just eat it, you will regret it, because you have to wear that stuff all day and you're going to be talking and you're going to be kissing and you're going to be eating. You don't want to be worrying about your lipstick. But the thing about a liquid lipstick is it tends to last, and that is a good reason to use one. Use a lip balm underneath. I'm not going to use a liquid lipstick today because I think I would like to go with a more neutral lip. And the reason for that is because dark lips go in and out of fashion. And again, I'm looking for a very classic bridal look. So I'm going to go with a very classic lip. And for that reason, I don't feel like I need to go with a liquid lipstick. I can use a regular hydrating lipstick because I'll be able to replace it throughout the day. Also, they don't tend to show their wear as well. So I'm just going to outline my lips. This is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On waterproof liner. I'm just going to subtly overdraw, but not terribly overdraw. I do have lip balm on. This is a great lip liner because it just matches my lips. I'm going to use a classic. I have it in a small size right now, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. How perfect is that for a wedding day? Yeah. It's about as classic as it comes. The other nice thing about this is you don't actually need a mirror, really. If you want to just keep it in your little purse, you can just touch it up as you go. If you want, you can add a touch of lip gloss. One that I really like these days is the Clarins Instant Light Comfort Lip Oil. Just a little bit. Lip glosses will smear. So just a touch. That just gives you a little Nice sheen. Finally, setting spray. This is the time to break out the big guns because you don't want to be dealing with this situation. You want to be enjoying your wedding. So I'm going to go with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is magic. It will make your makeup last. Use it. Inhale first. It's like shellacking your makeup to your face. It ain't coming off. It's magic. So here's the final look. I've taken down my hair, added some nice big hoops and a necklace. As I said in the introduction, this is the dress that I would have worn had I had somewhere to go this weekend. Instead, I will be watching the wedding. I believe they were going to live stream it, but now it's going to be posted later, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Let's go sing.
As the feelings